evening, everyone. Welcome to Project Eris. We are doing a interview this evening with Monstergurl from Mirage Scouts. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Grace. How are you?
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Just got a few questions for you, just for you to answer for those fans and viewers at home. And I'm going to start, first of all, what made you begin with competitive play?
So when I was younger, I actually did a lot of competitive sports. It wasn't until I was in college that you could I didn't know until college that you could do competitive gaming. And so when I figured that out, I was like, hey, I like video games. I've played it ever since I was young, since I was a baby. So why not try comp? And basically that's how it started. My first team, I was literally just playing a ranked game. I think I did an insane clutch and they were like, hey, you should try out for our team. And I was like, all right. And that's just kind of how it started.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either, because like a lot of people who go into competitive esports, they've had like a background in competitive sports. Like I know so many people like that. So yeah, that's really, I'm not too surprised by that. That's really cool.
Yeah, when I found out, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's a brand new world.
A whole new world.
Yes.
So then I guess a question I can ask then is, how did your team form for now?
So the team originally began with Tabby and an ex-player Galeen with another team member, Vic. They all got together. They were like, hey, let's make a team. And so there's 3 spots already right there. They were interested in picking me up. At the time, I was on Monk of Babes. Previously, I was like on Queensley at that time. So Galeen was like, hey, you should join our team. You should join our team. And then Vic later on was like, hey, you want to try out for a team? And I was like, you know what? Shoot, why not? Why not? So I tried out for the team. I made it. Yes. So then at the time, a friend was supposed to join, but unfortunately she wasn't able to. Then we were playing a women's 10-mans and we saw a player, Cavi, and we were like, wow, she's kind of a gunner. And so we were like, hey, you want to try out for our team? And so she said yes, which was very, very awesome. And she really fit in well with the team, along with like our chemistry and what we were looking for as a player. So we were like, hey, join the team. She was like, for sure. Sadly, during our CCSW season, Galeen had to say goodbye. She just wasn't feeling comp anymore. At the same time, I believe Slaughterhouse Women's at that time, their current roster had disbanded, so we were looking at Cassie. We asked her to try out, and she tried out and joined the team.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Amazing. Okay then, so what are some things that you love about your team?
It's really like, it's a team full of friends, and we can always just like pick at each other. Some people be like, we're bullying each other, but we're not.
Like banter.
We're all secretly,
banter.
yeah. I feel like we're all secretly lovers with each other, but you know, that's a little on the low. Nobody,
okay.
yeah,
we see you.
you know, team bonding to another level. But
okay.
yeah, it's just we're all close with each other and like another level. You know, it's good to always be very close with your teammates, but with this team especially, I feel like I could just go to anybody and be like, hey, like, even with like personal problems or just even coming up to give them criticism, there's no hard feelings at all, which is great.
That's really sweet. I like that. Okay, so I guess if you've had like a few changes with this roster then, would you say recently, like how far do you think you've come recently, like as a team going into this?
For sure. Whenever there's roster changes, you know, it feels like 20,000 steps back. But no matter what, like, we've always persisted and we keep marching forward. And no matter what, we have our goals and we're all determined to meet them. And I feel like you could tell with like all of the hard work and determination that we put through that, like, no matter the setbacks, we're always bouncing back. We're always coming back from them.
Yeah. And, you know, you mentioned goals, so, like, what is the main goal within this team? Like, what's your main goal?
Yeah, of course. So our main goal with this team when we put it together was showing that even though the comp industry is very male-dominated, just gaming in general is male-dominated, that you could be a female, you could be good at this game. That you can play comp at a high tier level. Of course, like you've seen players like Marmalade, who started from CCSW and went to CL. Like examples like that. Like a big goal is that females have a place in competitive. We're not just here to play the game casually, you know, and that we have skills and we can kick butt.
Yeah,
doing it.
100%.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so speaking of kicking butt, is there any teams in Project Eris that you are worried about?
I think in terms of not really knowing much about them, Tachanka's Angels is definitely a team that I would say I'm a little worried about, just because I don't really know a lot of players on there and I haven't seen them play before, so they got that like little mysterious side to them, right? In terms of, I mean, any other teams, I would say Slaughterhouse a little bit because they recently picked up Kato, which I think was like a really good pickup. Yeah. And another team would definitely be Goo Goo Dolls, just because of the experience that a lot of the players have on that team, which is very exciting to go against. And I haven't played them, we haven't played them in CCSW, so I'm like, our chance is finally.
Yes, now's your chance to go for that battle. And potentially take the victory. Don't know how that's going to go. So
all fingers crossed.
Amazing. So then, do you think you have a good chance of winning Project Eris?
Yeah, of course. I think it's good to always come into a mindset of, you know, no matter what, like I said, we've had our setbacks, we've had our hiccups in the road, but I think if you just keep pushing yourself forward, you keep doing what you need to do, you keep pushing those goals and those limits of each player, I think there's obviously a really good chance of us winning in Project Ares as long as we put in the hard work, you know?
Yeah, that's really good mental to have as well. That's really good mental going in, for sure. So I guess, you know, if you say you did win, or even if you don't win, like, do you and the team have any intentions to compete maybe higher, in like higher tier leagues, like maybe even try and get into like NACL at any point?
Yeah, obviously, when we first started the team, our original goal was to try to do as many leagues as we can, not just female-only leagues, but, you know, co-ed and all of that stuff. Unfortunately, with having some roster changes, it kind of set us back on accomplishing some of those goals of wanting to compete in different leagues. Yeah. So although it's been a little difficult being able to do that, I can say that we are for sure looking forward to compete in other leagues and, you know, doing like CL calls and all that stuff.
I'm excited. Like, I'm really excited to see you guys play. I'm excited. There's a lot of, as you say, there's a lot of rosters with a lot of familiar names in that are all kind of coming into the mix now, and it's especially like I obviously cast a lot of the NA women's tournaments. Yeah. And it's just I'm genuinely super stoked for it. So, and I think you guys seem to have a really good mentality going into it, and keeping my eyes on you.
No, I'm keeping my 4 eyes on you.
All the better to see me with.
Yeah.
So is there anything you'd like to say to the viewers and the fans at home who are watching today?
I would like to say thank you guys so much for supporting us throughout this whole journey. I know, like I've said previously in this interview, where there's been some hiccups in the roster and everything, you guys have persisted, you guys have continued to support us, you're like, yeah, you guys kick butt, and like that honestly means a lot as a player, and I just would like to say thank you guys, and we want to make sure that we make you guys proud. So thank you guys again for stopping on by, supporting us.
Amazing. Well, thank you for that.